afternoon everyone. I hope that you're all doing well, that you're having a lovely week so far. My name's Emily and welcome to MemilyMakes. I thought I'd give you a slightly different intro this morning, or this afternoon even. I can't remember if I've actually said my name before, but yes, I'm Emily and I'm the creator here at MemilyMakes. Right, so I'm going to start off with updates. The only update that I have for you this week is that there won't be a video next week. So my next video, my next weekly podcast will be, it'll be uploaded on the 30th of March. So Thursday the 30th of March will be my next video. I've made that decision because I'm away next week. I could try and slip a video in, but I think it will just be a bit too much of a rush. So next week you've got a break. I've got a break. So there won't be a video next week. And I will see you on the 30th for the next video. That being said, I'm going to jump right into this video. There's no finished objects this week. I had hoped there would be. But as I said in my last week's video, I need to finish 2 objects before I can start my Knit 365 make along next week. So that starts on Friday. I'm going to start mine on the 24th. If I'm home, I might be home. So that's when I'm going to start mine. So I need to finish 2 objects before I can actually start that. I'm close on one, and I think I'm going to fall back on one of my Toft objects. But there's no finished objects this week. Oh, apart from actually, this one I didn't count as a cast on, so I can't count it as a finished object, but I have finished it. So last week Toft were doing a Learn Tunisian Crochet along, and it was to make a headband, and I started that last week. I showed you, I think it was the first 2 days last week. That's as much as I've done at that point, but I have since finished it. So here it is. There we are. So let me bring it a bit closer to the camera so you can see. I did mine in Toft's Hyacinth. It's in DK weight. And yeah, it was really, really nice. Really fun project. Really, really enjoyed it. It's a little bit wide for me. I don't usually wear headbands, but I think if I do, they would probably be about that width, personally, for my preference. But I don't mind it, it's nice. I'll see if I can put it in. I've got my hair in a clip, so it might not work, but no, it's not working. Bit like a bandana. I'll tell you what, I'll take my clip out. There we go. So I can actually demonstrate. The only issue I found with mine is the edges. So these edge bits, they are really quite tight, but I think that's to do with me and my tension on the edge. Because everybody else's seems to be. I mean, it's not tight on me, as you can see. It's massive. I'll wear it, obviously. But yeah, I'm not sure. It was great to learn on. I really, really enjoyed learning how to do the Tunisian crochet, and it was a really fun little project to get working on. As I say, in future, if I was to do this again, I would probably take 2 of the clusters out so that it's probably about that wide. It really doesn't help, does it? So I'll probably take about 2 of the clusters out. So it would end up being like about that wide, I think, possibly. I don't know if I was to do it again anyway, but it was a great learning tool. As I say, the only issue that I've found is that my edge stitches are a little tight. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, but yes, that is my Tunisian crochet. My first ever object that is made using Tunisian crochet. So very, very pleased. I'm very excited to get stuck into Tony Lipsy's book when I get my Tunisian crochet set. Now, let me just sort out my hair. As usual, it's an utter mess. I stopped straightening my hair a few years ago, but it does obviously mean that my hair's always a mess. So, but yes, anyway. On to progress. I've done quite a bit actually this week, but obviously not finished any off. To start with, I'm going to show you my Anthology throw. So the Anthology throw by Helen Stewart. Again, this throw was designed to work with 24 mini skeins of fingering weight yarn, and yeah, it's just a nice stripy blanket basically. Mine, I've been doing it to kind of be a sample for my shop, my hand-dyed yarn business, and yeah, it's doing what I wanted it to do, to be honest. It's really showcasing the colours quite nicely. All my colours are very bright and vibrant, so yeah, it's a bit wacky, but anyway, without further ado, that is what it's looking like. Obviously, it's on a very small circumference. It's on the biggest circumference, the biggest length of cord that I have. But yeah, it can't show its full glory. So it's going to be one of those, when I cast off, I'll be able to see what it's actually like. But let me show you where I got to last week. The snail was where I got to last week. And that's where I am at now. So yes, not too bad really. I've finished off this variegated skein, did the gold, did the red, and now I'm on the white, red and black. Yeah, I did all right. I realised while I was doing that, I wonder if that will help a bit. Yeah, you can see it's kind of really, really jazzy. But yeah, I decided partway through last week, or at the weekend I think it was actually, I was really ploughing ahead with this. But then I realised that the stitch count gets over the thousands soon, and I'm not convinced I'm going to finish it as one of my finished projects, so I'm not going to push it with this one. It will get finished very soon. Oh, and the other thing with this one as to why it's not going to get finished soon, check out those ends. Oh yeah, I made the mistake of not tying in my ends. Yeah, you can see that, can't you? It's kind of crazy. I started tying them in, but as you can see, there's quite a few. So that's not getting finished for next week when I want to cast on a new project. So yeah, I had to prioritise a bit this week. That's fine. It's absolutely fine. It will get finished very soon. It's going to be an ends situation, which, as we know, is not my favourite. But yes, so that is my anthology throw and the progress on that one. The next one is it's fast becoming one of my favourites because I finished the colour work, but it's my For Fox's Sake sweater by Maxim Sia. And yeah, as I explained last week, I finished the colour work and now I'm just knitting the body. So if I hold this up, this little onion is where I got to last week. So I've only done about 1.5 inches since the last time you've seen it, but you can see it's developing now, isn't it? It's starting to look like a sweater. Yeah, it was real nice, real nice. But again, similar thing as with my anthology throw, I stopped working on this because I wanted to plough ahead with one of the projects that I know I'm going to be able to finish for next week. So then I'll have that finished and another project. But yes, I kind of put this a bit to the side and it has become my knitting bed project, which is great. So I'll get a few rows in this every night and yeah, we'll get there. I'm really excited, really, really excited about that one. So the next project, the last work in progress that I worked on is my Lone Skein Shawl by Joji Locatelli. It is a single skein shawl, which Joji is the queen of. She's amazing. Well, she's amazing anyway, but my love of Joji is very obvious in the fact that I've done a lot of her patterns. But this shawl I decided I wanted to do because I wanted to do a one skein shawl to showcase one of my newest colourways, and also I want to be able to wear it when I go to the 24-hour race at Le Mans this year because it's the centenary and that's what this colourway was to celebrate. So without further ado, if I show you where I got to, that's where I got to last week, and I've done quite a bit since then, as you can see. So this project became I've just got to be careful that I don't drop any stitches. There we go. But this project quickly became the project that I knew if I ploughed ahead with, I'm going to get this finished because I'm only going to have 2 ends. Well, there'll be a little more and I'll explain that in a minute. Only a couple of ends to sew in and I'm so close now. I'm on the last section, which is short rows, which is why there's a little, I don't know if you can see, there's a little gummy bear here. So I've done half of the short rows and I've got to keep going just to finish them. And then I've got to do a picot bind off. And that's about it then. I'll be done, apart from some tassels. However, I have reached the point where I'm going to be playing yarn chicken, so I'm not convinced that's enough to finish the project. I hope it will be, but if not, I do have a mini skein of the colourway here. Now the mini skein is a tester, so I don't know if you can see that very well, but the blues are a lot paler. That's because I didn't use as much dye. As I say, these were testers just to play with the colours to see if I could get the colours to work the way that I wanted to, and then I dyed the proper versions with, well, a lot more dye because it's a lot more saturated, and it's over there now. But yes, so I've got this mini skein just in case I run out of yarn. So it'll be fine, it's not going to be a problem because the majority of the project is knitter in the final skein basically. So it's a bit jazzy, as you can see, but yes. So this I kind of realised that I was going to be able to finish, so that's why everything else got put to a side the weekend just gone, and I ploughed ahead with this because I realised this is going to get finished. And then that means I only have to finish this one of my Toft projects, which is nearly done. Again, I can't show the Toft projects because they are gifts for family and friends, so until they're all finished I can't show them, but I do have 2 that are in progress that need to be finished. As soon as all 3 have been finished, because there's 3 in total, 1 is finished, 2 are in progress, and I have counted them as such. So I can finish one of those and this, and then I can happily cast on, it's alright, it's over there, happily cast on the Knit 365 crochet along, because I'm doing the crochet pattern next week. So that's the plan. This will get finished, and one of my mystery Toft projects is going to get finished. But yeah, I'm really pleased that I'd made the decision to plough ahead with this because I wanted one of my big main projects to get finished at least. I wanted 2, but I realised pretty fast that For Fox's Sake was not getting finished. Neither was the Anthology throw, purely because of all those ends. Those ends are a bit stress-inducing, let's put it that way. So that one isn't getting finished this side of the new knit along that crochet along that I'll be casting on a week Friday. It's very exciting, I'm very excited for it. Right, any cast-ons? There aren't any because, as I said, I need to finish 2 projects before I can actually cast anything on. My next cast-on will be that knit along or crochet along, depending on which you prefer, from Knit 365. Yeah, I'm excited. That's happening 24th of March. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to that. It's going to be good. It's going to be real good. So, onto acquisitions. I do have a couple for you this week. One of them was a spur of the moment purchase. The other one I did mention in my video last week. I think it was last week. It's from Siobhans Crafts, so I'll show you that one first. It's from Siobhans Crafts. What I really wanted, I'd seen a colour, a dye, acid dye colour that I thought would really look amazing for. There's a specific colourway that I really want to dye up, and I couldn't find the perfect colour for it. I think this might be it though, so I've ordered some from her. That's arrived. It's in my yarn dyeing section over there. So, but yes, I'm really pleased that's arrived, but I did get some other little treats alongside it. The first one is this. It's just a little plastic case with some sections in there, and you just open it up, got a lid, and then you close it down. Very basic, and what I want to use this for, and what she sells it on the website as, is just a little notions tub. And I've got so many notions in just it's over there. I'll tell you what, I'll show you. Hang on, wait a moment. Okie dokie. And you'll see why I've bought this. So this is what I keep all my notions in. It's a bit of a mess. Let's see if we can, I've got a little tub of cocoa knits? Yes, cocoa knits ring markers. So these I like to use for any crochet projects or anything like that. They're absolutely lovely. I love these. But yep, that's those, and that just sits on top of this rather messy bowl. I wonder if you can see a couple of them in there, trying not to pour them out. But yeah, it's just a bowl full of stitch markers. There we go, many kinds of stitch markers. It's even got holders for needles, which I really need to use more. It's even got these ones. Those are cocoa knits as well. I love this one, little peas in a pod. Can't really see that. Peas in a pod, there we go. But yeah, I mean, I love this bowl, and I do still want to use it for notions, but I don't want it that full and messy. So I'm going to sort them out, put some in here so that this can live on my trolley, and I only have a few notions in there. That is the plan. So the other item I got from Siobhans Crafts was a skein of yarn, obviously. Now, I really wanted the zebra version of this, and if I'd have waited a week, I could have got it, because she was sold out of the zebra version when I went to get everything I wanted. But she had the normal version, but then she did a restock at the weekend, and she restocked with the zebra version. So I'm kicking myself a little bit, but it's okay. So this is the colourway I got. It's called Gold Mine. So I'll bring that closer. And again, it's by Siobhans Crafts. Don't think I've ever shown you the label. Maybe not. Siobhans Crafts. This is a fingering weight sock base, I believe. Yep, the sock base. And as you can see, I'm trying to hide my face there. It's yellow and grey. I nearly said gold. It has got gold in there. It's like little flecks of browny, goldy, orangey colour. It's beautiful. And I did say that this is very similar to a colour I got from Yorkshire Yarn Fest, which it is. So I'm going to show you that. There we go. This is the colour from Woolly Mama's Yorkshire Yarn Fest, and this is the colour from Siobhans Crafts. So you can see they are quite similar. And you know what? I think they would look amazing together. I almost want to get the zebra version of this and do like a 3 skein fade and then have the zebra one at the end. I think that would look really good, personally. But yeah, I've been looking at this one for so long, and yeah, I'm really happy that I've got it. It's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, don't know why I'm holding up the Woolly Mama's one still. This is the skein of yarn that I got. So yes, very pleased. Now, this last acquisition, I was not expecting to arrive today. It has arrived very fast. It's from Wool Warehouse. I've not ordered from there for a while, but I've been watching a lot of Kayla alt knots, and on YouTube, and I've just been absolutely binge watching all of her stuff. And I came across the episode with the mood snood. I think she does it every year, and it's such a good concept. It's such a great idea. But the one that she was wearing in the video, I fell in love with it. Absolutely fell in love with it. And I think it helped because I've been watching the Netflix series Wednesday, and I only just finished it last night. And honestly, I saw this, snood, and I just thought I need to make it, and I need to make it in those colours. It's really basic, really simple. So I'm going to show you what it is. So there it is. It's the Mood Snood by Alt Knits. And if you've never watched her Kayla's YouTube channel, Alt Knots, sorry. I'm so used to saying knit. Alt Knots, highly recommend you check her out. She's absolutely brilliant. Ouch. Oof, just hurt my leg. She does a lot of things based on spooky stuff, horror. She loves Halloween. Oh, she's absolutely wonderful to watch. And yeah, I just absolutely fell in love with that snood, and I just thought I need to have it, and I need to have it in those colours. So I placed an order with Wool Warehouse, and I treated myself to some yarn. So I've never had this yarn before, and I was a bit sceptical. I'm always a little bit sceptical about acrylic. I know acrylic is absolutely fantastic for hard wearing projects, and it's really good because you can just chuck it in the wash and not worry about it coming out all pilled and everything like that. Some of it can come out pretty bad, but you know, it's quite a good budget friendly yarn. And I thought, you know what? I've not used acrylic in a long time, so I'm going to get some acrylic and I'm just going to see how we get on. And I found this stuff and I thought, this sounds really nice. I'm just going to try it, see how I get on, and yeah. So the stuff that I got, obviously I went for black and I went for white. And the yarn is called Sheppy's Chunky Monkey. So it's a, let me just double check, I think it's an Aran weight yarn. I'm pretty sure it's an Aran weight. Yes, it is. It's Aran weight yarn. And yeah, I don't use chunky yarn very often. So yeah, I was even more kind of shy. But do you know what? This is the softest yarn. It is so, so soft. But yeah, I'm absolutely amazed by it, to be honest. So I'm going to show you the label again. Sheepy's Chunky Monkey, and it's anti-pilling. And the colours that I got are white and black. That's just what they are. Black, there you go, and white. And this, ooh, I was a bit concerned with it being a snood and it wrapping around the head and everything. I didn't know how soft and how nice it would be. But honestly, I might be a convert. It is so, so soft and beautiful. And it looks really tightly wound as well. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm amazed. So I highly recommend this stuff. Obviously, I've not worked with it yet. The project is a crochet project and it'll just be stripes. It looks pretty easy, she says. But yeah, I cannot wait to work with this yarn, and I will let you know how I get on with it. But if you have used this before, let me know how you get on, how you've got on with it and what projects you've made, because yeah, it's really, really nice. It says it's 100% premium acrylic anti-pilling. So yeah, I'm amazed, really amazed. I'm really, really pleased. So I've got a bag full of that. I know, I said no yarn purchases, but you know what? I'm going to stop saying that because I'm not going to restrict myself. Right, so the other thing that I got with my order was I finally purchased some Clover, they are Clover, yes, I did get the right ones, some Clover Pom Pom Makers. So I went for the, I think this is the small, and maybe, so I've got the 35mm and the 45mm ones there. And then this one is the 65mm and the 85mm one. So I've got those. I know you can use cardboard, but I did really want these because, yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about these. So I finally have some. I think there is a size bigger than these two. But I thought I'd just start with these ones and see how I get on. But yeah, really, really pleased. So those are my acquisitions. Obviously I'm not going to start that snood as much as I really want to. I'm not going to start that snood because it will be a new cast on. So again, I need to finish 2 projects before I can cast it on. Oh, and while I thought about it, I did get a question, I can't remember when, probably a couple of, maybe last week or the week before, asking me what my target is for my works in progress. And that was actually a really good point because I've not actually specified a target. You know, I'm trying to get my works in progress down just to try and get them down basically, because obviously to me 19 works in progress is a little bit much for me. And it is a bit stressful when I look at all the projects sitting around waiting for me to do something with them. So that was the plan, was to get them down, but I never actually thought about, oh, what number do I want to get to? So in the comments, I thought, when I thought about it, I thought, well, 5. 5 sounds like a decent number because then I can have a crochet project, I can have maybe a big long-term project, a pair of socks, and then a couple of other, you know, miscellaneous items, whether it be a sweater or a shawl or a blanket, but I suppose that would be the long-term project. But yeah, that really made me think, and thank you for that comment, because it did actually make me think a bit more about why am I doing it and what am I aiming for. So yeah, I think I would definitely say for the minute I'm aiming for under, you know, single digit figures of works in progress. If I can get to 5, that would be fantastic. And then I'm going to see how that goes, because I am a very, very much a shiny object person. As I've said before, I like to cast anything and everything on. A new pattern comes out or some new yarn comes out and I get excited. So that is my aim. Single digits, but if I can do it, I want to get to 5 and then I can stop the gotta finish 2 before I can cast on anything. That's what I'm going to do. So I've got a bit more structure now. I will obviously delve into that a bit more when I do my monthly wrap-up video. I did have to think of that as well, because obviously next week I'm not here. The week after will be my next weekly podcast, and that technically should be my monthly wrap-up. But I think what I'm going to do, because February, oh my gosh, we can tell where my mind is. I'm just not ready to be in March yet, and we've been in it for half a month. But yeah, so the end of March wrap-up I don't think is going to be, because I record on Wednesday, I think it's going to be, obviously not next week, it won't be the week after, it'll be the week after that, is what I'm thinking. Again, just because March won't have finished by the time I record my next video. So that's in my mind anyway, but I will let you know more in my next weekly podcast. Because yeah, I've just got holiday on the brain and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to get that sorted and everything. But yes, so I think that covers everything. So I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a lovely week. I hope that you have a lovely week next week as well, as I won't be here. My next video will be on the 30th of March, so I look forward to seeing you then, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing rest of the day.